attack. A lot of what's happening around the world seems like an attack on Christianity. Thanks to the knowing this, what's the denomination, what's its status now, and why?
The Ukrainian Orthodox Church is the home of Orthodoxy in Ukraine. It's been around for 1,000 years. 5 years ago, the Ukrainian government, in its wisdom, set up what is called an autocephalous church, an independent church, independent of any connection to Russian canons, and decided that that church should replace the spiritual home of Ukrainians. That church, called the OCU, has been engaged in an absolutely vicious, unlimited campaign to steal property, harass, intimidate, and jail clerics, force conscription on believers, act in a manner that is almost unbelievable in a civilized society. And they'll use the excuse that this church, which, by the way, completely separated from Moscow in May of last year, is some politicians in Ukraine, including perhaps the president, want to take the populist vote of those behind this new church and therefore feel it is in their political interests to destroy this ancient branch of Christianity. And I absolutely can tell you that the damage that has been visited on the leadership of this church, including 5-year jail sentences for 75-year-old clerics, just astound you that in the 21st century, a country that wants to join the EU would ban a religion, let alone an ancient Christian, for not up in arms. Because I think their silence on Ukraine is dangerous for Christian denominations throughout the world. And I'll tell you, part of the reason I'm doing that is because of my concern for Christian brothers and sisters and what it means for them, that we see raids on churches, we see violence, we see balaclava-covered individuals beating clergy, kidnappings. It is completely shocking. The UN has spoken out. German experts on orthodoxy have spoken out. Many Orthodox denominations don't recognize the, quote, new state church that the Ukraine have set up. And it is shocking to us that it's the same religion. This OCU state church is the same religion. But in fact, my clients, the church I represent, their prayers are in Church Slavonic. Their liturgy is different. And I can tell you, as somebody who is not a youngster, were somebody to come into my church or synagogue and change the language and change the leadership, I would be horrified. Yeah. There's nothing more intimate than one's relationship to his God. And this intervention for callous political purposes is unacceptable, and it is shameful that not only Christian, but all leaders of all denominations have not spoken out against the Ukraine, channeled against my clients, the Holy Synod, men who are dedicated to God, and their followers, who, let me be frank, are the most devout part of the Ukrainian populace. Why these innocents are being persecuted in this way is beyond my comprehension.
Probably because they are the most devout. I have to say, there's so few people of principle left in our public conversation, and you're demonstrably one of them. Grateful for what you're doing and for telling us about it. Mr. Amsterdam, thank you very much.